I guess after my session, there is a session from Mr. Partha Sarthi. So when I heard the topic they have given me, which was the tech-savvy CFO, I was just trying to understand, how do I present? And the first picture that came in my mind was Mr. Partha Sarthi. It was long back when I used to work in one of the software companies earlier, and he was at Mahindra, and he used to handle both IT and finance. So he was the first tech-savvy CFO. Mr. Partha Sarthi, if you are here, yeah, okay. I think he's yet to come. But yeah, so when I remember him, he was the first tech-savvy CFO who was doing both finance and IT for a company of such a magnitude, such a large size. So really, that was my early introduction, how finance and IT intertwine. But recently, when I meet many other CFOs, I don't want to name, but CFO of the largest passenger vehicle company, commercial vehicle company, they are all hiring data scientists, Python developers in their team, in the finance team, to make sure they are abreast with IT. They are abreast with what is happening in data science, how they can use machine learning. But today, we will not talk about heavy technical topics. 20 years I've spent working with CFOs in the area of enterprise performance management, helping them doing planning, budgeting, forecasting, consolidation, and a lot of reporting around that. And one thing that CFO don't like, in my experience, is jargons without any use cases. So my difficult job for next 13 minutes would be to share with you some actual use cases that you can use in your organizations, and maybe we or other providers can help you get the value of those use cases. So here we go. So this is my first slide, and everybody must be aware of these logos. If you don't know, the left one is DeepSeek, which went 10 million in 20 days, 10 million users. ChatGPT went 100 million users in 2 months. And Perplexity, which has an Indian founder, recently launched their Pro offering free of cost, bundled with bundled with Airtel, and now they are #1 on the App Store. So I just wanted to give you these examples because the world is changing faster than we think. What used to happen in 10 years, 20 years, now is happening in minutes. AI is having conversations with AI. Data is being created, tremendously. And this speed will only go faster and faster. So how do we cope up? In fact, as a normal human being, it's becoming so difficult to cope up. So I can imagine with you having the weight of the data of the entire business on your shoulders as a CFO to make decisions, to steward other businesses in the right direction, you need to have this ability which can cope up with this data, right? So that I see as one of the biggest problem when all this data started coming to you, and people started looking towards you to comply, to manage, to predict, to forecast, to budget, right? All these things. And it will go on at a exponential speed. So the bad news first. The bad news is that if you haven't already started adopting AI, you are probably late. But many companies are late, and sometimes we learn from others' mistake and be better, right? Many of the Gen AI cases that are happening across the globe, they are not giving too much value. That's what I read and that's what I hear from peers. So sometimes being late is also okay, but we have to make some progress which could be useful to us in particular areas. So at my company, which is CCH Tagetik, our view of the world is, with the CFOs of course, is that AI should act as a co-pilot for you. So if you all remember the movie Iron Man, that time Marvel was used to make very good movies. So Jarvis was there. So Jarvis used to help Mr. Stark, Tony Stark, to take his decisions. So we want you to be Tony Stark to have ultimate say, and Jarvis will be the AI or the softwares that we provide you. So in my view, that is the way it is going to be going forward. So we don't need to be afraid about our jobs, about our learning, relearning. I think it will be a good thing for us to change. When telephones came or when calculators came, there was a fear. But AI is a different animal altogether. I agree with it, because at some point of time, it will be sentinel and it will start thinking on its own. But we have to always look at it as a co-pilot rather than someone who can make a decision on our behalf. This is the only busy slide I have, because I also want to give you a glimpse of what is happening in the area of enterprise performance management, what our company is doing. So we were the first in the industry to introduce AI in traditional CFOs applications. So if you see, traditionally we have been all doing financial consolidation, intercompany elimination, your minority interest ownership structure. We used to have planning as other bucket in the CFO's office, operational planning, forecasting, financial planning. And then a lot of regulatory use case around ESG, around IFRS 16, lease accounting, etc., and corporate tax, BEPS 2.0, GMT, etc. So we started thinking about that, okay, Gen AI is what everyone is talking about. Where can be the actual value add for the finance team? And that's how we came out with some of these use cases. So predictive analytics is actually a no-brainer, and it has been in the I'll say business for a very long time. You might have heard the story that how it can predict which sandwiches should sell more on a particular weather, etc. What is happening is this predictive analytics, which is a very old science of data science, it is becoming more and more enhanced with machine learning that comes with a lot of AI embedded applications. So we are using it for predictive planning. We are using it for basically looking at weather, GDP, for automakers, SIAM data, for pharmaceutical manufacturers, your competitors' data, to come out with better and better forecast. Another use case we saw where AI can add value is anomaly detection. So basically things where your business has done exceptionally well or exceptionally, they have degrown in some particular section. So we are not basing our budgets or plan basis that. We detect it as an anomaly, it's hidden somewhere in the data. So AI is very good at looking at the patterns in these large swaths of data. So we are using that for doing anomaly detection. Then you also have boring use cases, but very important, which is data mapping. So whenever you are doing trial balance mapping to your chart of accounts, you are doing consolidation, or you are doing planning. So how we can reduce the error using fuzzy logic, and you can map, all those things. And of course, forecasting the future. So you are looking at drivers that impacts your data. And those are the things where AI can add value, because suppose as a business, you are working on 20 different drivers, okay? There is a driver which is around price, cost, raw material cost, packing material cost, discounts, incentives. Now, when we put this data, actual data, 5-year data, 3-year data in the AI engine, you can typically see that, okay, my business is most impacted on these 3 data points. And these are the ones I need to concentrate on. So that's where these kind of solutions can help. Okay, sorry. Okay. So now there is a new animal that is coming on the block, which is called agentic AI, and there is a lot of mystery around that. So I thought I will just give few examples that how it can make your life easy or difficult, from going from Gen AI to agentic AI. So now this is the next, I will say, revolution of AI, and it will also come in the solutions that are there, right? So this is a typical flow chart of levels at which AI is progressing. Of course, the last level 5 is agentic AI. I always like to give this example, and I gave it in one more conference, and people really like it because we like stories. So, for example, you are making a pizza, Now, what ChatGPT or any other Gen AI tool will do, it will tell you step one, you take the bread, you do this, you take the cheese, you put this, you put this. It will give you a very nice recipe to make the pizza based on your preference, and it will tell you, how much time you need to keep in microwave, etc., etc. So you will get really nice bit of instructions. What agentic AI will do, it will automatically go and check how much flour is there. Do you need to order flour? It will order. It will check, do you have all the materials in the fridge? Okay, it is there. It will also tell you that, these are the things you need to do. It can, if you have microwave which follows the IoT, then it can, preheat everything. And if your pizza is burnt, then it will make you a restaurant's reservation so that your evening is not spoiled. So it will do all those things, right? That is what agentic AI Inform do. That it is an agent which actually carries the task. So if you imagine in a CFO's life, I imagine that somebody was asking in the last panel the question around geopolitical tariffs, etc., etc. So if you have an agentic AI-enabled budgeting or planning system or forecasting system, then it can take the data that is there, it can create the scenarios on its own, and it can tell you that the best thing to do is this, but it should not push that button of executing here. That's what we believe as a technology provider. The button should still be pressed by CFO, taking into the account the pros and cons of using that agentic recommendation. So these kind of applications are coming in consolidation, in planning. So future is very interesting. We recently launched our agentic AI applications. When we will meet, I will share more with you, because I don't plan to give you a product presentation here. It will be very boring, going through slides and slides. So I just want to give you a teaser. And one thing that I want to stress once again is, AI isn't replacing finance professional, it is elevating your job. Recently, we went live with one of the largest banks in India, and the use case was around the consolidation for their 25 odd subsidiaries, data integration with multiple systems. One subsidiaries had Oracle, other had SAP, different versions. And then also do last mile reporting, which includes SEBI, LODR, RPT, notes to account, schedules, US GAAP, India GAAP, so whole gamut of solutions. And then when I asked finance that how did you convince your management on going for this project, because the benefits are difficult to quantify. So what she said to me is that we want to invest our time in decision making rather than checking rows and columns in Excel and pulling data from one place to other. And also there is a compliance issue. So I think we should all think in the direction that how our smart chartered accountants, MBA finance, tech people that are there in our team, how we can give back their time so that they can do more useful analysis for our company rather than going through Excel and Excel of work. So one more thing, we are a European company. Why I want to put that into context is that sometimes European companies think differently. I have worked mostly in the American companies, Oracles and IBMs of the world. But what I see in my company, my present company, Tagetik, which is a part of a group called Wolters Kluwer, they are very, very, conservative about AI. They are developing the technology, but they are making sure that they develop their own models so that there is no bias. It is like an open box model so that you can see what is happening, why is this happening. The present problem in AI is sometimes you don't know who is in control. And there are biases, there are things that come all the time in stories. So we have ensured that our models are fair. There is an accountability. You have a person whom you can point to. It is governed by GDPR and all the European AI regulations that are coming. Privacy is of utmost importance. So we are not pushing your data somewhere. In fact, the roadmap that we are coming with, because the biggest challenge in AI is it can be hosted only on cloud, and that cloud is a public cloud. But we are coming with an offering so that it can be hosted on your own cloud or your own data warehouse, and still those AI models will work. That will be released very soon. And security and ethical use. So that's where I end. I just want to give you a small teaser, and I hope I've been able to add value in your evening. Thank you very much.